Hi, my name is Amanda Mayer, and this is my technology integration lesson plan for students in preschool through kindergarten. These lessons are to explore the different types of dinosaurs that ruled the earth more than 160 million years ago. I plan for these lessons to either be taught remotely or in a classroom. Either way would work. First, a little bit about myself is that I am a senior operator coordinator at West Virginia University in facilities management. I am currently completing my master's degree in instructional design and technology from West Virginia University. Other educational consists of a master's degree in regional planning and geography and a bachelor's degree in travel and tourism, both from California University of PA. I have been employed in higher education for the last 15 years, and I have been fascinated by dinosaurs for the last few years and have done research on the magnificent creatures that roam the earth for over 160 million years. So let's get started. To introduce my lesson is the introduction is the purpose of these lessons are to teach young children about dinosaurs. We will focus on the different types of dinosaurs, what they ate, and even compare to how big or small these dinosaurs may have been. After learning about the dinosaurs, I plan for the students to take a virtual interactive tour of a dinosaur exhibit at the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History that is online. This will show the students what the actual dinosaur bones might look like and the actual size of a dinosaur so they can better understand what a dinosaur might have looked like years ago. The technology that we will be using would be Jamboard from google.com. I picked Jamboard because it's a online whiteboard from Google in order for the teacher to be able to show an interactive look at each of the dinosaur types. This will also be used to visually show the different size of the dinosaur and what types of food these dinosaurs ate. We'll also be using the virtual dinosaur tour by the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History. The class will be touring the Smithsonian National Museum within their dinosaur section through the online virtual dinosaur tour. We'll be exploring the different dinosaur bones, and students will be able to explore other parts of the museum if there's time to allow. We will also be looking at the scholastic.com where the students will spend time exploring scholastic.com website. The students will be completing lessons and activities throughout the class, and these lessons and activities will focus on the dinosaur timeline and other types of dinosaur activities. We will also be looking at Google Drawings. The students will be using Google Drawings to draw online tools that will be used to create and design their own dinosaurs. The drawing that the students create will focus on the type of dinosaur they would like to see, which one they like, or even if they wanted to create their own and tell other students about what they created. And lastly, we will be using a YouTube video. The students that will watch the YouTube video will be about 30 minutes. Overall, I'm hoping that we use it in conjunction with the Jamboard to break up the video a little bit, but the YouTube video will explore the dinosaur facts. The learning objectives that will be covered in these lessons will be that they will identify different types of dinosaurs, and this will be done by using the Jamboard. The students will be able to identify the types of visual interactive note-taking learning guides, and the guides will help identify the different types of dinosaurs. We'll also compare and contrast the size of different dinosaurs. By using the Jamboard, the students will be able to visually compare and contrast the size of the different dinosaurs. I'm hoping that they will also be able to work in groups if it is a in-class lesson. If it's virtual or remote, then students will have to do that on their own with a teacher or a parent to see which one was bigger or smaller. And the teacher will also help compare and contrast each dinosaur with an object that is familiar to the children. That way that the children will understand how big a dinosaur may have been. Other learning objects will be to identify what types of food the dinosaur ate, and discover and examine the dinosaur bones, and also to demonstrate what a dinosaur looked like. By the students using Google Drawings, they will be able to create their own dinosaurs, what the dinosaur would eat, and how big or small the dinosaur would be, and present it to the class. Now let's go into lesson 1. Lesson 1 is named Exploring Dinosaurs. The overview of the lesson goals and activities would be that it would introduce the different dinosaurs to the kindergarten students. The students would be able to be given interactive note-taking learning guides, and the teacher would be using online whiteboards intended for the student and the teachers work together to identify the different types of dinosaurs. This will also be used to show the size of each of the dinosaurs and compare it to the size of a person, or what kind of food that each of the dinosaurs ate. The learning outcomes for this lesson would be to identify the different types of dinosaurs, compare and contrast the size of the different dinosaurs, identify what types of food the dinosaur ate, and also demonstrate what the dinosaur may have looked like. The description of the technology would be that the students would watch a YouTube video, and then we would move to a whiteboard for Jamboard, and also move to Google Drawings. The justification would be that the students would have a fun introduction into what a dinosaur is, how many years ago they lived, and other well-known facts about the creature. The virtual interactive note-taking learning guide would help students visually identify with the dinosaur, and the whiteboard would help the students interact with other students and the teacher and learn together in order the students to remember the information and also assist the student in keep learning. And by using Google Drawings, students would be able to create their own drawings of dinosaurs with the information that they imagine the dinosaur may have ate, how long it may have been, and what it had looked like. The timeline of events, the teacher would show you a YouTube video of the dinosaur, and what the students will begin a foundation of learning about the dinosaur. For example, I'll show you a small clip of what the lesson would be. So,
who do we have with us today? Triceratops! Triceratops. Can you say it with me? Triceratops. Let's learn all about Triceratops. Triceratops was found in North America. It lived about 68 million years ago in the late.
So as you can see, the YouTube video would definitely help the student understand what kind of when the dinosaur, how to pronounce their name, what they ate, and what time period that they lived in. The teacher would be able to use, and that would take place for 30 minutes. The next part would be that the teacher would use the Jamboard to review each different dinosaur with the video explored, and the students can ask questions. If the student had more questions, the teacher could refer to the Smithsonian Dinosaur and also the Little Kids First Big Book of Dinosaurs from National Geographic that would provide additional information for the students and the teacher to learn about each of the dinosaurs. The teacher will also discuss with the students the different sizes of the dinosaurs and if they were more like a bird or a reptile. And lastly, the teacher will let the students use Google Drawing to create and design each of their own favorite dinosaurs that they learned about. After the student has created their dinosaur, each student will show the dinosaur that they created to the class and tell everyone about it. This can be done in person or it can be done remotely. It would just be a fun activity for each of the students to take part in. The student-centered learning for this activity would be that the students would take the information that they received and create their own picture of the dinosaur. The picture would actually show the class what they created and to tell the other student what type of dinosaur it was, what it would eat, and if the dinosaur was bigger or smaller than a person. This would just make sure that the student is remembering and really interacting with the lesson. The second lesson would be the dinosaur bones and activities. The overview of this lesson goal and activities would be that it would show the interactive with the virtual dinosaur tour from the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History. And after the class explores the museum, the students will complete an online dinosaur learning activity and games throughout scholastics.com to reinforce what the students have been learning. The learning outcomes for this lesson would be to identify the dinosaur bones and compare and contrast the size of the different dinosaur bones that they might have seen at the museum during the virtual tour. The description of the technology that the students will be using is the virtual dinosaur tour from the National Museum, the Smithsonian Natural Museum of History, and the Scholastic Dinosaur Activities. The justification of this technology would be to integrate the virtual dinosaur tour into the lesson so students would be able to actually see what the dinosaur bone looked like without stepping foot into the museum. It also gives the student an opportunity to see what the size of an actual dinosaur bone might look like, and not just from a picture that they see in a book or online. The timeline of events, the teacher would plan to spend about 25-30 minutes at helping the students go through the virtual discussion tour from the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History. The teacher will help the student explore the museum, show the student the different dinosaurs that they have on display and the large or small bones of each of them. The virtual tour looks like this, so that you can actually go to the ground floor, and the first floor you would actually see over here is where the dinosaur museum is, the parts of the dinosaur museum. So then you click on the map and it will come up with the dinosaur bones, and then you can actually go in and go closer to them so you can actually see how large this dinosaur is and the actual bones that created the dinosaur. It's a very fascinating to see how big these creatures really were that roamed the earth so many years ago. And then, sorry, gotta go back. Then the second part of the lesson would be that the students would explore online activities about the dinosaurs through scholastics.com. It would include lessons about that would focus on the students about dinosaurs, about what student age appropriate lessons and activities on these dinosaurs. The student-centered learning for this lesson would be that the students would discuss as a group what they thought about the different dinosaur bones. Were the dinosaurs' bones bigger than they expected? Were